Hi guys, it's Rebecca Coomes from The Healthy Gut. Were you sad to find that you couldn't eat many desserts when you got your SIBO diagnosis? Well, you're not alone. I felt the same. So what I've done recently is I've transformed family favourite recipes such as today's pumpkin pie. And I've got this wonderful organic pumpkin from my friends at Organic Angels, which I'm going to use for this dessert recipe. All you need to do to get going is to cook the pumpkin. And the easiest way to do this, I find, is to just cut the pumpkin in half. Look at that colour, isn't that just glorious? All we need to do is just scoop out the seeds because we don't want them in our pumpkin pie. So we'll just scoop them out like this. So there you go, here's this glorious pumpkin. We'll pop that skin side down on a tray in an oven at 180 degrees or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour and a half, 2 hours until it's completely cooked through. And then I'll show you what we do with that next. While the pumpkin is cooking, we can make the base for our pecan and pumpkin pie. So into my food processor, I'm going to add 2 cups of pecans, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and about an eighth of a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of coconut oil. I'll also put 1 free-range egg into that. There we go. And then I'll also put in 1 tablespoon of honey. And this is a gorgeous local Australian honey, so it's delicious. And then we will just give this a nice blitz so that it completely combines. Okay, that's come together nicely. So I whisked that a few times and I scraped down the sides in between just so that I got all of the nuts at a nice even consistency. And we'll just pop it into a pie dish. So I like to use a pie dish that is solid in structure so that the pie keeps its shape. Now this is quite a wet mixture, so don't be alarmed if it feels wetter than, say, a normal pastry crust. The egg in it has made it quite wet, but we're going to pop it in the oven to cook for 15 minutes, and that will help set it as a crust. So the next thing to do is, with your hands, just pat this down across the base and the sides. Okay, I've patted this down across the base and partway up the sides. You want to make sure that the sides are all around about the same height so that when we pour the glorious pumpkin pie mixture into it, that it's not spilling over the edge. Now the final step that we want to do here is we want to just prick the base a few times, and this will just allow any steam to escape as we cook it. So I'll pop this in the oven and that will cook for approximately 15 minutes. The base has just come out of the oven. It smells amazing. So we're going to make the filling quickly. So I'll do it all in the food processor once again. This is such an easy dessert to make. Now here are our cooked pumpkins that we cooked earlier. Don't they look amazing? So we just need to scoop out 2 cups worth of pumpkin. And just make sure that there are no seeds. I just spotted 2 seeds in there. So we'll just pop that in, and look how lovely and soft that pumpkin is. It's just, melt in your mouth. It's delicious. So we'll scoop that into our food processor. We're going to add 3 free-range eggs to our mix. And we've got a cup of coconut milk, so we'll pop that in as well. And we're going to add a tablespoon of honey. I'll just get this lovely local Australian honey. It's delicious. So while the honey is pouring in, I'm going to put this lovely medley of spices into this mix. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of ginger, I've got 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and then there's some little spice that you wouldn't expect is 1/8 teaspoon of salt and pepper. So in that goes. That's just lovely. And all we need to do now is just give it a good blitz so that it's nice and creamy and that the pumpkin has completely mashed up with the mixture. Okay, that is looking amazing. Look at the colour, it's so great. Okay, so all we need to do now is to pour this into our tray with the baked case. Oh, looks great. Okay, there we go. And that is just spectacular. So I'll pop that back in the oven for 45 minutes and it will be this glorious, smooth, rich and velvety pumpkin pie. The pie has come out of the oven and I popped it in the fridge for a little while just so it would help solidify the custard, which is what we've put the pumpkin into. And doesn't that look amazing? It's so tasty. So let's just cut a little slice of this because I can't wait to eat some. Now, this recipe is available in my SIBO Family Favourites cookbook. So if you love pie as much as I do, then you'll definitely want to get yourself a copy of the book. And look at that. It's fantastic. My pumpkin pie recipe. If you've liked today's video, click like and don't forget to tell me in the comments below if there's any dish you would like me to make for you that's SIBO friendly. I'm Rebecca Coomes from The Healthy Gut, and until next time, happy cooking.